Hello.
Good morning.
Hi,
Good afternoon.
Tom. Good morning. Good afternoon. My internet connection has been intermittent. I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it so much. I used to have a different provider back in my old house. It's much better. This one is cable connected. I don't like it. But anyway,
cable is worse.
mhm,
Cable is worse always, so be patient.
yeah. I'm using a backup provider. It's a prepaid Wi-Fi. Yeah, so I had to load it up before I can use it. But I can get connected on my phone. The computer doesn't. So anyway, I hope you can hear me just right.
Yes, I hear you very well.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah,
How have you been? How's practice?
it's tough. It's tough. It's
It's
hard.
tough. All right.
Yeah.
I'm using
So,
the IELTS speaking assistant app so that more or less the questions I'll be asking you would be updated up until 2021. So let's try them, okay?
okay,
All
good.
right.
Sounds good.
Have we talked about wild animals?
I don't think so. I
All
don't
right,
remember.
let's try this. Have you ever seen wild animals?
I have never seen wild animals because I spent almost all my life in the Czech Republic, and in Europe we don't have many wild animals. Actually, I see only in zoo sometime when I was young and visited zoo with my parents.
Sometimes. All right, sometimes. For some time ago. Some time ago, all right. Where can we see wild animals?
Well, especially in the wild nature, or in the wild nature,
In the
or
wild. You can say in the wild.
in the wild, in
Right.
the wild, or and second options is in the zoo, or where the wild nature is far away, so we can visit these places and see these animals.
Okay, good. What's your favorite wild animal?
Hmm. Let me think. My most favorite is the elephant. Big for a few reasons, because it's the biggest one, and it's really slow, strong, and seems when I see this animal, it's really calm and quiet and not in a rush. So I like
Say quiet. Not
quiet.
Yes.
It's quiet, calm, and seems very friendly to people.
Good. Is it important to let children know about animals?
Definitely, because children should be aware about animals in general and wild as well, because they need to know about not only about human life, but animals' life can contribute them as well.
Is it important to protect wild animals?
I agree, because no, in recent years, animals have been dying due to the urbanization and pollution and global problems, and animals can't protect themselves. So people should help them and make everything to create good environment for them.
Let's talk about I'm trying to choose some topics here are up to April only. Let's talk about handwriting. Okay, have we talked about handwriting? Not yet, right?
I don't know. Maybe we did.
I think
But
we did. Yeah,
maybe-
yeah. All right.
whatever.
Let's choose another one. Science. How about science?
But I don't think so.
No, okay. Science. Do you like science?
In general, I like science because it's interesting topic for me due to new technologies and due to all these experiments and observation what science can create and give ordinary people. For example, in the case of new medicine or new health progress tools, and like some pills for the cancer, for example, or for the
Use the
virus.
current examples nowadays, like pandemic. How did science help with progress?
That's much better. Yeah, for example, in case of pandemic, science made big progress to create vaccine during very short period of time, and that's something very amazing for ordinary people because it's very worth. It's very worth.
What will
And
happen if there is no science? What do you think will happen in this case during the pandemic?
or because if there is no science, it would or many lives would be lost, and
Good.
sickness like the pandemics will
Coronavirus, COVID-19, yeah.
COVID-19 could overtake the health
World.
of everybody. Huh?
It can overtake the world.
Overtake the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, can't say. It's kind of true.
Right. Keep your answer simple, all right? So that you don't stop and pause and think, you know, like don't make it appear, this is a tip. Don't make it appear like you forgot what you're going to say. You have to think fast, okay? Whatever comes to your mind first. Okay, that's a tip for you. All right, next question. Did you like science when you were young?
If I recall, I don't, because
I didn't.
oh yes, I didn't, because I had different interests when I was a kid, like sports or different activities, and science at school wasn't compulsory subject. So, and my parents didn't influence me or didn't have any connection to science work or environments. So therefore I was out of science stuff, and I had any connection to.
Okay, that's a good answer. Do you think children should have both science classes and art classes?
That's right. I think that would be great for children, because children should learn already in a young age about science, basic science stuff, and what can help them with another studies, high school or universities, and open their mind what is very important and how important especially the science is. So they should definitely have some mandatory subject
How about art classes? How important are they?
Sorry, could you repeat? I lost the track. I lost the track from question. But
How about art classes? How
art,
important
oh,
are they? Yeah. How
yes,
important
yes,
are they? Yes.
they are important. They are also important. It's uh, it's very different compared to science, but it create children's. It can create new children's skills for and develop their handmade work at school. So they should be definitely im- implement to the curriculum.
Okay, good. Now I want to talk about shoes. Okay. Do you like to wear shoes that are comfortable or good looking?
Interesting question. Actually, I have never thought about I because it's not the most important clothes for me. But I like the usually the black shoes, pretty simple with no matter if it's on heel or above heel, just shoes what shoes like, for example, I like waterproof shoes or
Mm-hmm.
with leather material, it's the best quality. And yeah, so and of course shoes for occasions like sports or the common street shoes. So just somewhat fit to the event or environment.
Okay. What is your, have you ever bought shoes online?
Mm, Let me think. I don't online. Actually, I don't. Oh, I did one time.
I,
It,
uh-huh.
it was 2 months ago, maybe 3 months, because the shop was closed due to pandemics, and there wasn't any options. Then just order shoe, shoes from online shop. So I did, and actually it was pretty easy, fast, and after a few days, the delivery service brought the shoes, and I was satisfied because everything was all right, and I would recommend this online shop anybody.
Okay. Why do you think some people have too many shoes?
Mm, that's that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Some just like the shape maybe your shoes, or they don't have too much money, so they like and they don't know for what they want, what they would like to spend, and they find the shoes the best idea. But because it's like something like collection, somebody collect pens or the envelopes, or I don't know, something, some books, or and somebody just shoes. So and I know for many women it's pretty important to wear every second day different kind of shoes. I don't know why, but I am not
I'm not
judging.
in a position to judge, you can say.
I'm, I'm not on position to judge anybody with the shoes.
All right. Okay. Actually, it could be an obsession for some people. Yeah, like we used to have a president, Ferdinand Marcos, and his wife Imelda had thousands of pairs of shoes. Imagine that. While all the Filipinos are becoming poorer and poorer, but she keeps on and she bathes herself with milk. You know, that's how, I don't know. There might be some. Do you think there's some psychological issue here when people are obsessed with something that's so impractical already? What do you think?
Yeah, it is, but if it's not dangerous for nobody, so it's good for shoes business, or so. But if she bought the shoes, so it's okay. So why
You
not?
mean
If
from an
she buy,
economic perspective? I want you to
yeah,
remember that phrase. From an economic perspective, it's good for businesses. Can you say that?
for
Can you
sure.
use, yeah, repeat what I said. From
From,
an economic perspective,
from the economic perspective,
from,
it,
emphasize it, from an economic perspective. Again,
okay. From an economic perspective,
very good.
it's really good. Buy 1,000 shoes.
Okay. I want you to use some phrases, all right? Like from an educational perspective. Okay, can you complete that sentence? Think of anything to say. I just want you to use that. From an educational perspective, from a technology, from the perspective of technology, from the perspective of science, whatever you want to say. Okay. Let's begin with education.
Okay, so from education, from an
Educational. Very good.
educational perspective, the science and arts should be mandatory in classes.
Very good. Okay, that's a high level sentence. It's gonna help pull your score up. Yeah. What else?
Yeah,
From a modern age perspective.
from a modern age perspective, the 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 modern technology have to be implemented in school curriculums.
Okay. How about from the health perspective, or from a medical perspective? Let's say we're talking about health. Yeah. From a medical perspective.
From a medical perspective, the vaccine is one of the most important thing to be developed.
Okay. I want you to use that both in writing and speaking. That's going to help you.
Writing is easier. In writing is easier because you have a time a little bit to think about it.
Right.
But I think it's hard. It's hard to find.
Okay.
Too quick these ideas.
Let's talk about getting lost. Have you ever lost your way?
My way. Okay. Yeah, of course. One times it was few years ago. I needed to find one place in Vienna. It was, and I had never been in Vienna before, so I didn't have any knowledge about how the city is big and complicated for me. Complicated for me. So after got out of the train.
Went out.
Went out from train. On train station, I couldn't find a way to the place when I supposed to be at some specific time. So, and my Google map was bad because I didn't have the internet connection on Wi-Fi in different country. So I had to search the place by my own, just by my own, and ask some people for help,
Okay.
but they didn't help me. They helped me. However, my English wasn't pretty good, so I couldn't understand. And after a while, the time went off, and the place had to close. So I was late, and I had to make the trip again. The trip again another day with better information or with better planning to be on place on time.
Okay. Now let's go to part 2. All right. So keep practicing answering different topics in part 1. All right. Now I'm gonna share my screen, but this time we're gonna read some model answers first. Okay, and then you're gonna try to answer in the same way. Is that okay?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we will
Let's
see.
try. Let's try. Okay. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So one of the topics you might encounter on your test day would be puzzles. Okay, about a puzzle. Yeah. So
Great.
describe a puzzle you have played in the past. You should say what is it like, what it is like, how easy or difficult it is, how long it takes for you to solve it, and how you feel about it. Okay, you will have to talk about the topic for 2 minutes. I don't recommend one for the score that you're aiming for. You have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes if you want. Okay, let's try some model answers first. Can you try to read them aloud, please?
Okay. So, well, there are a lot of indoor games that I played in my childhood, like Ludo, Carom, Crossword. But there I would like to talk about a special game which is really amazing, and I think everyone must have played this game in their childhood, and even it looks interesting to adults as well. Okay,
Continue.
what next?
Continue. The name of the game is.
Okay, the name of the game is a jigsaw. It's a kind of puzzle game in which the player has to assemble the oddly shaped interlocking pieces. Typically, each individual piece has a portion of a picture. When assembled, they produce a complete picture. I got I got to know about this game for the first time when I was gifted to me by my maternal uncle. It was a book in which there were different levels, starting from basic to advanced.
Okay. Continue. How easy or difficult is it?
Honestly, it advanced level is quite tough and can take about half an hour to complete. To win this game, players have to assemble the picture, consuming less time than others. Mostly, I used to play this game with my friend Savardeep, who is currently living in Canada. There were the golden days of my life. This is a game which is looked by both parents and children as it was various benefits, like it improves short the memory. It is a great meditation tool and stress reliever. This game is so fantabulous that nowadays also people like to play it. But now, as technology has developed. Therefore, we can play in it our mobile phone. And most interestingly, we was just interestingly now we can even play with a person living far and can also take a while playing. So this is a game that I like to play in my childhood.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So try to pick up some ideas. All right. You don't have to answer like that exactly, but let's try. So I'm going to give you 1 minute. I want you to answer the same question. Let me know when you're ready. I'll start the timer when you start speaking.
Okay. Okay. I would try. So I like to tell you about the game. What I played just a few times when I was younger with my parents and also with my friends. So is it like it's a poker game and it's just basic poker game because poker has many variety and some are very difficult, but we used to play only the easiest variation for with simple rules and just it didn't take more than 2 hours to finish it, and it was pretty fun time actually, especially when my parents taught me how the plane should be played, and so we spent many evenings and many great session with my friends, usually in the evening, and have a lot of fun with playing this game and making fun, and it was great time. Was it enough?
Oh, the
Was it?
time stopped. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
I didn't realize it too. But you know what? You're on the right track. Yeah, I like it. Like you were giving one sentence answers and then you were focusing on the how you felt about it.
Okay, it was funny because I didn't thinking about the questions, but I yes I hit the answer what
Yeah, you did.
the needed, but it was like so super. I did like surprisingly.
Let's
But
try.
that's happened.
I was busy searching for, sorry, I was busy searching uh, for questions. Let's try local news. All right, this is also in the describe a piece of news here. IELTS rewind. Okay, let's try two. Okay, describe a piece of local news that people are interested in. Okay, I'll make sure to take a look at the time. Okay, your 1 minute starts now.
Okay.
When you're ready, let me know.
No, okay. I think time is over. So I'd like to tell you about the local news. What were very interesting in recent days for people from
Again,
my city.
let's try again. One
I
more
know.
time.
I like to tell you about local news that people were pretty interested in recent days. It was when the city council made decision to move the main city train station. The decision was created many years, and before a few weeks they is proved with this approval, and I heard it in the TV channel, and saw many times in the newspaper in the city when the shop makers present this newspaper on their in front of their shops, and everybody is excited about this news because the train station really needs to be replaced and renewed. So I think it's a good decision. So the authorities made good decision, and everybody is looking for the future when the new train station start growing. Unfortunately, it takes many years, but at the end, I think the companies and the construction sites and projects will be great. So it will help a lot of people due to easier traveling and saving their time with.
All right, good. Okay, your answer was just right. Okay, I mean, in terms of length, it was just right. Okay, so if the examiner stops you anytime, you're fine. You're gonna be fine. Good job. All right, let's try to answer some follow-up questions. Okay, focus on the question on the screen. Do people read newspaper where you live?
I believe still a few people read the newspaper, especially the older people, because they used to do all their life, and they continue with these habits. But most younger population or adults stopped to buy a newspaper and read only what the internet and websites are providing. Is it enough?
Okay, good. Remember, this is part 3, and you have to show different higher level skills in speaking. All right, don't forget that. So make comparisons and contrasts. Unlike, you mentioned old people, so you can say, unlike the young people nowadays who do not read newspapers anymore because they go online for the news, something like that. Okay, don't forget to make comparisons, and then add additional information also. Okay, and then say more. All right, try to do that for the next question. Number 2, do people prefer local or international news?
It depends on specific group of people. I think some, like, for example, the older generation prefer the local news and local information, what's going on, because for a reason they stay at home and not travel much. spend for their days just in the local communities. But compared to younger generation, what they are not only on one place all the time, and make travel make travel trips or business trips. So they are interested in global news more. And in my example, I'm interested only in global news because
in my experience, or in my case, you can say that in my case, I am only interested in, all right, again.
In my case, I'm only interested in national, so in global news, not only national, because the Czech Republic is a pretty small country, and there is nothing really interesting what's going on these days. So and usually the topics bothered me. That's why I'm more open-minded to see what is it happening from the world perspective.
Okay, next, do you think it's important to have a national identity?
It's a difficult question. I've never thought about, but I think it's quite important to keep national identity because everybody is everybody come from somewhere, and they need to be connected with the place, and national identity is your proof where are you come from, and it's
vary the conjunction to use. You always say and. You also say
no,
also.
Because I'm totally lost with this question.
All right. So you see, the kinds of questions in part 3 are more demanding, as you can see. All right.
No, but some are good, but this is, I don't know. I totally don't know what can I say. So I just like
for the topic. Okay. Think of something simple to say. What do you think you can say here? What do you think you can say here?
No, that's what I said. I was nothing. I didn't have any idea. I didn't have any idea. So that's why my answer
you can
was.
Say, yeah. It's difficult, you know. Even I, as a teacher, when I ask my students about this, they go like, I don't know what to say. Yeah.
I try to like make some stuff, not like just some information, not because I don't think.
Let me ask you a personal question. Okay. How would you feel if people in the rest of the world do not know where or what is the Czech Republic? How would you feel about that? Will you be happy about it?
More like happy, but nothing really sad, because the Czech Republic is a small country, and I have many experience that the people from abroad don't know the Czech Republic. So
why do you think they don't know about it?
Well, I said because this country is small and it's just not important.
Really?
And, yeah, that's actually true.
Why?
So.
I think all countries are important, especially your national ID. What is the Czech Republic known for? You see, that's what we're talking about here. Your identity as a small country, but what are you known for? Can you give me one? You can say food, whatever you are known for. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe beer. Maybe
Beer.
beer.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I love beer. Okay,
Yeah.
tell me about it. It's important for any country to have national identity, such as, the Czech
Wow.
Republic is a small
That is.
country.
Now I understand. Now I understand.
Uh-huh.
The question is short, but I couldn't find the meaning of the question for first time.
Oh, okay.
This was a problem, I think. But
That's the
yes,
challenge, I see. Mhm. Let's continue. Let's find another one. Hmm. Can you choose your topic for under the cue cards? Choose a topic
I don't know.
that you think might be difficult for you, or anything that interests you. Yeah.
Choose one. Choose one. Doesn't matter. You have to choose. For me, doesn't matter. Whatever.
Okay. Let's talk about, okay, a famous athlete. Some
Difficult.
people don't know anyone.
Yeah, that's right.
I tell them you should describe at least someone about the topic. Yeah. In the Philippines, we're known for uh well, boxing. Do you like boxing?
Yeah, I like boxing.
Do you know
That's
Manny Pacquiao?
oh no.
No.
No,
He's very
wasn't it?
famous. Yeah. All right, here's your question. Part 2.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. I'm ready. Kind of.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I'd like to tell you about one famous athlete who is come from the Africa. His name is Lucien Bolt. It's the fastest runner ever. He comes specifically from, I think, from Kenya, and I know him because I'm pretty interested in running stuff, and I saw many Olympics games only in TV, or many running competitions again only in TV. But every times I saw especially him on the start, and almost every times he was first at the end. He runs for 100 meter. It's specific. The best section of running was 100 meters sprint, and he made many records, many records in many stadiums, and and nobody couldn't overtake his time. It or it is 9.1 second for 100 meters. However, he's already retired with sprinting, because people can't sprint many years. But he made, I think, he made 6 times in a row the position of the best runner in the world. And and like a person, I believe he's very quiet, very really top, really seems like really nice person. When he was interviewed by TV channel or some TV reporters, he speak really well and honestly and frankly. So with any selfishness. So that's why I think he's a good person.
All
And
right.
so,
Okay, then let's move on to part 3 questions. What kinds of exercises do people like? Not necessarily Indian, okay? Do people like?
well, I think in general, most people like, for example, go to the gym, exercises to lift some weight, do to lose their own weight, and the easiest way I think is to exercise at home, because you don't need any lifting or any machine or anything very expensive and pay for that. You need just, for example, mats plus your just body and make the move. So I would recommend everybody, and but of course any exercise is helpful for us as your physical health and mental health as well.
Very good. Okay, I like that. Physical and mental.
Yeah,
What?
that's something.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. What characteristics do you think an athlete should have?
It's a difficult question. Characteristics, like athletes, I'm not athletes, so I can speak with my experience, but characteristic, the most important one is the effort what what the athlete has to make, or the
Also, I think
also I think next
that
that the next must to be have to be have to be to compete have to be
competitive.
competitive with with others,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and but all character and many characteristics like everybody has.
Okay. You should say why. Why always? Okay. So why?
Because yes, because I think no athletes should have different characteristics or different personalities than no athlete person.
All right.
That's
Now,
why.
I want you to relate your answers to real life situations like joining the Olympics. Why are these characteristics important, for instance? And then I want you to mention World Olympics. Okay, go.
Sorry, I'm lost. I don't understand what's going
In
on.
other words, I want you to give examples based on
Okay.
real life situations. Like these athletes should have the following characteristics because, and then I want you to mention World Olympics, for instance. Why are these characteristics important? in joining World Olympics, for instance? Yeah, okay, go.
Okay, because
Don't begin with because. You say, these athletes need these characteristics, for instance, when they join the Olympics. Okay.
yeah, that's okay, okay. Yeah, they need this characteristic to join Olympic Games or competitions,
Mhm.
and that and for and this characteristic help them to compete.
Without, what would think of the alternative? What will happen if they don't have these characteristics? Give one scenario, for instance. If, so begin your sentence with if. If these athletes do not have these characteristics,
These athletes don't have this characteristic, then lose their match or their focus on the competition, and lost and failed with competing
and
against others.
what will happen to the country? How would the country feel if the athlete
Yeah,
fails? Yeah. So show cause
that,
and effect. Yeah, what will happen? How would you
and
feel?
as a result,
Uh-huh.
as a result, the country and the manager and
Mm-hmm.
club, these athletes are tied off. So we would be very angry and sad about the athletes, because the athletes couldn't couldn't perform the best, and that is pretty useless athletes. I don't know, but
All right. Oh.
because because I still my still opinion was these characteristics are their characteristics are the same like people's characteristics,
I
but
see.
yeah, but I now I see in the answer like the discipline and self confidence. That's good,
Right.
but
So there
it
could be.
wasn't it in my mind.
So
I
remember.
have nothing in my mind.
So remember, characteristics could be innate. All right, like something that's not, yeah, physical characteristics, or it could be non-physical, like innate characteristics, like discipline. What else? Perseverance, trust. Okay, and so on. Let's try to answer the next question. Why are there so few top athletes? So this is in general.
That's true. In general, there are not
I
as many
think, uh-huh.
as many good athletes like the worst one, because only only the best can be one. So it can be one in each specific discipline, and for example, how I said in section 2, the Lucien Bolt was the best runner ever in general, and made almost 10 years. Nobody around 10 years could overtake his
This
greatness.
person, this athlete, okay.
So for this time, or anybody else wasn't important in on field of the sprinting, but now in this time he is out of his work, of his run, and another athletes, new ones, and can make the same effort and be best as well. So therefore they can't just be just be many top athletes.
Okay. Let's
Because
answer
we because the first can be just the one. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
last question. What do you think? So I want to hear, I think, I believe, all right? And then, for example, what's the best way to become a top athlete? Mention examples, okay? One or two.
I believe the best way is to give the time to devote the time for the sports or for the discipline, and make a big effort. And for this, for example, start um, the specific sport at earliest age. When the kid is young, it helps, because if kid is young, everything is everything is faster, and the kids can perform better than if the kids, or if the person start in adult years. And of course the devoting, of course the accept the time, the money, and discipline and self confidence. Maybe
We still have
need.
time. Okay, let's try one more cue card. Okay, let's try describing an article on health. So you see we're covering different areas here: sports, traveling, health. All right, here's your cue card. You have 1 minute.
Cool. Good.
Okay, start.
Okay, so I'd like to tell you about one article what I read a few days ago. It was on an online website called BBC Health Service, and the article was specifically about the benefits of nuts, like for example almonds or walnuts or some hazelnuts, and really doesn't matter, because article gives information like all nuts are really useful for health and memory and your whole body well-being. And I learned I found very great information how these simple vegetables can improve your your memory, for example, when you eat regularly every day, one pile, no, one pot, one palm of nuts, it can help you to keep your knowledge or your learning information in your mind and advance your memories a little bit. And because the nutritions and the vitamins and all these stuffs keep the brain in healthy conditions and give the brain the energy and the support what the brain need, except from other foods. And that's why I was pretty satisfied with these articles, and that gave me many information, and I used to do this.
Okay, your time is up. Practice fluency. All right. You were, in terms of fluency, your performance last meeting, I think, was more fluid. It was more spontaneous. You're losing that a bit. Okay, don't lose that. Okay. So even though you have mistakes, okay, try to sound faster and yeah, more confident. And also, if you take a look at your body language, you always look down, like
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. Because
don't lose the confidence.
I'm searching for information on the word, you know,
Okay.
words.
Even though it's not part of the assessment criteria, but your examiner will feel that. Okay, like, oh, he doesn't seem to be comfortable using the English language. Not good. Yeah.
I'm not.
Okay, but you can always pretend. I have students who do that, right? Yeah, you know that we're surprised sometimes that, you know, their scores are really high as compared to what we're expecting. And the main difference is confidence. I tell you, you're even much better than them in terms of, you know, specific use of words and appropriacy. You're even better than them. But these people, they have the confidence to, you know, I'm not good in English, but I can use it and tell you what I want. That's how they sound. It's true. It's true. I tell you, it's big difference.
But I don't know how can I improve my confidence, or where can I practice, you know? It's not, maybe if I will live in some country, English-speaking country, I can practice.
Practice changing your mindset. Yeah, I'm not good. You know, let me talk to a native speaker. Before, when I was a lot younger, I would be scared. Yeah, I don't want to talk to a native speaker, but now I can beat them in an English game because I'm not scared anymore. Yeah, it's true. Develop that confidence in yourself. It's going to help you a lot. That's just my tip for you.
I just think you are not scared because you have the skills what you need to your scaredness.
No, that's the thing. You might have the skills.
I don't have the skills.
You do. You do.
I have skills, just a few, but not enough to be confident. It's simple as that. If I improve my skills, I hope so, my confidence will rise simultaneously. But this time, no, it's. But I would try. I promise. Good.